So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the iSwap Now live show. Okay, this is a show focused on positive living, work-life balance, living with passion, becoming success in life and business, and making the world very important a better place. And this evening, this morning, this afternoon, we have with us Joshua. Okay, Joshua is from Jakarta. So, Joshua, why don't you spend a few minutes to introduce to us a bit about yourself, Joshua? Yeah.
Yes, hi, how are you all? Thank you for YP Live or inviting me in this live channel. This will be a very good morning to you all, and afternoon and evening. Yeah, my name is Joshua Tan. I'm from Indonesia. I'm a business growth automation expert. I help people to grow their business in automated way. Basically, it's similar like yours. Work less and automation and earn more in growth.
Woohoo! I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Joshua, you say you're from Indonesia, isn't it, right? And you
yeah.
were telling me that you normally present in Bahasa Indonesia, okay? So I tell you what, why would have a little bit of how would you actually, welcome people in Bahasa Indonesia? So you can have a bit of flavor here, and I'm sure some of our audience here are from Indonesia.
Yeah. This is also live in my Facebook. So
Oh, okay.
welcome. Ya, apa kabar semuanya teman-teman yang sudah hadir di Facebook saya? Saya bersama dengan YP Lai hari ini ya. Teman-teman pasti semangat di malam hari ini kita akan bicarakan mengenai gimana caranya bisa growth automation atau yang namanya work less and earn more ya. And we're gonna talk in English. Kita akan gunakan bahasa
Okay.
Inggris supaya semua bisa.
I can,
That's
I
how you
can,
do
I
it.
can, yeah, I can understand a little bit because Bahasa Malaysia and Bahasa Indonesia has got a fair bit of
Yeah.
similarity. Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's good to
that's
hear
right.
you speaking in Bahasa
Yeah,
Indonesia. Good.
yeah.
Okay,
Maybe you can
so
also introduce
yes,
yourself as well to the my followers. This is YP Lai. He's a very good coach, and yeah, you wanna introduce yourself as well a
okay.
bit?
Oh, sure. Okay, so my name is YP. I'm the founder of the Work Less Earn More Blueprint. So what I do is I actually help committed business owners. There's people like you who are listening in. I help people like you work 20 hours less. Isn't that great? Work 20 hours less per week and to be able to double your income. How? Through having systems and so on. And that's why, what Joshua is talking about excites me a lot because I totally believe in working less, earning more, and having a lifestyle for your family, doing things that you're passionate about, and very important to have the time, capacity, and resource to make the world a better place. Okay, so over to you, Joshua. So you're into business growth automation. Can you share with us how do you get started? Because it's quite a mouthful, isn't it? Business growth automation. How do you get into this field?
Yeah. It started from my early days of work. Well, actually from my uni, I took accounting and IT management as well as electronic commerce at that time. So
Wow.
then when and then I, it's a triple major.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the first time I worked, I still remember it was an accounting firm, it's hard to get to be a graduate accountant, so I accept the job, which is an admin. So it's really an admin, like taking up
Mm.
calls and doing things, writing letters. And from that work, from that time, I have already tried to automate the process of making letters. So I'm doing like mail
Yeah.
merge. So it
Oh,
started from
okay.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my second work was an accounting software trainer,
Mhm.
implementation consultant, and then from there, I'm going back to. I used to work in Perth, Australia at that time, so
Oh,
about 10
wow.
years. I was in Australia, and then I went back to Jakarta, and I worked there for 4 years in a corporate company, and then I started my own business by cooperating with my previous boss in
Oh,
Australia,
okay.
the accounting software one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way, are you seeing me okay? Like the sound, the video, okay?
I'm seeing you okay. Yep. So the video, the audio, all is good. Okay. Right.
All right, it's all good. Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got
So yeah,
quite,
that's how
quite,
it's
quite,
all started.
yeah. So I was gonna say, you've got quite strong connections with Perth, isn't it? Because Perth is exactly where I am right now. I stay in Perth.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's where you got your roots. Which university were you when you were in Perth?
I went to University of Western Australia.
Okay, UWA. My two daughters
Yeah.
actually graduate from there too. Very good
All right, we are
university.
same graduates, so we are alumni.
Yeah, good, good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, like just now I mentioned, business growth automation is quite a mouthful. Maybe, in the most condensed form, can you share with us what does business growth automation mean?
Yeah. So, continuing from the previous question, after I have that experience, I'm involved in a business coaching industry. So I join
Okay.
a business coaching firm, and then I coach people, and that's when I learn more and much about business and growth.
Oh,
So
okay.
how to grow business, how to even do sales. Uh, and even how to do this talk like this. I used to be an introvert person. I cannot talk like this. Like now,
Okay.
I'm talking without any script. So we just play by ear. Um,
Mm,
yeah, and that's where when I help people, people are having some entrepreneurs, they're having so much money, but they're having so little time with their
oh,
family
okay.
or their own self, something like that. Yeah, but um, that yeah, they just stuck. They cannot, they don't know what's the solution. That's why after I spent 5 years in business coaching, I decided to start a new business, which is the Expreneur, which is in which we help people by the expertise of each expert. So
Mm,
um, I'm helping now. I'm helping experts to grow their business in automation way, in automatically.
okay.
Yeah. So basically, there are two words: growth and automation. The growth is basically earn more, like what you said. After this,
Mm-hmm,
probably you can
mm-hmm,
also tell us about what is work less and earn more. Yeah, but pretty
mm-hmm,
much we are basically the same. Um,
mm-hmm.
yeah, growth is growing the business so you can earn more, and automation
Okay.
is doing a system automating your business so you can work less, so you have more, you have the time. That's basically it.
Can you maybe, Joshua, share with us an example of how you help one of your clients, um, automate part of their business growth so that they definitely have more time to do what they enjoy most. Let's give us an example or two. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, for example, I have a client that works in a retail shop, a
Mm-hmm.
traditional retail shop. Like, yeah, he works for 7 days a week,
Mm-hmm.
12 hours,
Wow.
12 hours each
Wow.
day for 7 days a week.
Uh-huh.
I said even,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you cannot can you just go to the mall or something? No, we never go to mall unless it's the Lebaran, the Eid Mubarak, Idul Fitri, where
Okay.
everyone is on holiday for 1 week,
Uh-huh.
and he goes to the holiday at that time. So
Okay.
that's the case example of the client that when I help them, first we help them by measuring the time log. See, they spend most of their time in doing whatever. So from
Mm-hmm.
that time log, we know that, oh, you shouldn't have been doing this. Sometimes some people, like, they queue in the bank for 2 hours. Some some
Mm.
uh, some activities they're doing is keep instructing their team, something like that. And we'll find what's the most effective way of doing automation system and work procedure policies and all that, rules, rules of the game, so it can be delegated to the team. Now after
Okay.
a few months, it the time decreased from 7 days to 3 days only.
Mm-hmm.
So he only spent 3 days to his business, but the so he worked less, but he earned more. The revenue was double, and he even want to open a new branch.
So the idea is that we shouldn't be putting too much energy into repetitive tasks, isn't it? Anything that we can
Yeah,
delegate, yeah, we can have a system to repeat it. We should, yeah.
yeah. YP, why don't you also explain to us, to also my followers,
Okay.
what do you mean by work less and earn more?
Okay, uh, uh, basically, I'm involved in BNI. I've been involved in BNI for 21 years now. And so, the work less and more started by in BNI. I work with many business owners. In fact, I've actually worked with more than 10,000 business owners in the 21 years that I've been involved in BNI. And I see a consistent pattern. A lot of business
Mm,
owners on the surface look successful, okay, on the
yeah.
surface. But when you dig a bit deeper, when you have interactions with them, they're always so time poor, like you say, they're always
Mm,
rushing, feeling overwhelmed, feeling a bit stressed, right? So, and I realized that, hey, my life is not that. I live a pretty relaxed life, and I'm calm, and I've got plenty of time
mm,
to do things I'm passionate about, like, social entrepreneurship work, doing my gardens, going for my walks. I find I'm able to do that. And what's the difference? The difference is understanding systems, okay? So exactly like
that's
business automation. So one thing is to
right.
understand systems and able to have things done by systems, and the other one is to outsource. So like me
Yeah,
personally right now,
yeah.
yeah, with my BNI work and other things, I've got basically what 7 different virtual assistants working for me right now. So it's easier to
Wow.
delegate, and in order to delegate, you need to have
Yeah.
system structures, reporting structures. They could have a checklist, they could have SOPs. So this is the whole idea. It's going to be tough initially, but once you get your business
Mm,
into a system, guess what? Then you can, just use a good dashboard and monitor the KPIs. Yeah, that's it,
yeah,
in a
yeah.
nutshell. Yeah,
Yeah, that's very
and then
good. That's very good. I
yeah.
also agree with you that we should outsource the activities or the competence part that's not our core competency, right? So we
Mhm.
should just focus on the core competency.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, Joshua. Yeah. And I say that, for those of you who are listening in, if you've got any questions, please type your questions in. Joshua is here to answer whatever questions you have, or even if you're listening to a recording of this, because this is a live show right now, but we're going to have the recording in the various Facebook pages, Facebook groups, on my YouTube, LinkedIn, and so on. You can type in questions and we'll endeavor to answer all your questions, right? Good. And later on, I'm going to give you a link to Joshua so you can ask him more questions directly if you want to, be up close and personal with Joshua. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah,
Yeah, thanks.
I always, in BNI, so there's a starting point. I find that people don't have that, system and structure. And therefore, I decided, to make it a calling, an advocacy, a life mission to actually help people work less and more. Why? Because I believe every one of us, if you got a choice, you don't want to be in your office. Oh, no, you may enjoy your business, you may enjoy your work. You don't want to be in office. What do you prefer to do? Go fishing, go for a walk, and especially to be able to spend time with your loved ones. And this is what I aim to do. Okay, so back to you, Joshua. Okay, what do you find the most meaningful things? Having
Basically, you're
y-
you're doing. Sorry,
yes, yeah. So I was gonna
there
say,
is a
Joshua,
delay.
what's meaningful to you? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. Basically, you're doing growth automation as well. So, yeah, so you help people with growth automation. Yeah. Um,
Okay.
yeah, that's good. That's good. Mm.
So I'm going to ask you, Joshua, so right now, because you are actually, more direct in this growth, business growth automation area, can you share with the people who are listening in, why is business growth automation such a fundamental thing, to incorporate
Mm.
in your business right now in the post-pandemic business world? Why is this important? Why
Yeah,
is this relevant right
yeah.
now? Yeah.
Okay. Because I think there's a new paradigm and an old paradigm. The old paradigm of us working is to to study hard and then to get the best job and then the best salary, something like that,
Yeah.
right? And then in terms of, if we are entrepreneur, then to grow your business to build branches, and bring a legacy. But now there's a new paradigm. I read a book from Timothy Ferris. Have you read
Okay.
it?
In
It's
Paris,
called
yeah.
4 Hour Work Week. So you
That's
can
right.
actually only work for 4 hours for in 1 week. And it said that there's a new group of what they call is new rich. Now this
Okay.
new paradigm focusing on whatever what you said, actually is work less and earn more. So the earning, the income that we get is not measured by the absolute number. The earning
Mm.
or income that we got is measured by relative income, relative number. I mean, what does it mean by that? Whatever you are earning, you must divide that by the time you spend. So
Okay.
that's why it is important in the business, in nowadays, because a big payday is not required anymore. Well, we're not we're happy to get a big payday, but that's not the main purpose, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, big payday is a big thing, but it's not a routine, right? It's better to have a cash flow, like every
Mm.
day you have a cash flow coming in instead of having a big payday. So
Right.
that's why I think it's important to for businesses, even sometimes employees, to think about the new paradigm. What do you think?
Mm. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, you hear people, isn't it, who win the lottery? I mean, for them, it's like a big payday, it's a big jackpot. But then
yeah,
because they do not know how to manage their money, in a couple of years, everything disappears. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And even I was in those position where when I do the system implementation at that time, or software, or even latest,
Uh-huh.
we are doing the consulting, right? Consulting, getting you like uh, uh, as we are measuring in 100 million rupiah, right? So that's around like $50,000, but you get
Mhm.
it like once in a while. Rather than that, we should build our garden, yeah, so
Mm.
we can have the cash flow every day.
Yeah.
That's even better.
And basically, one of the fundamentals I teach is that, you want to have multiple streams of income, and especially multiple
Mm,
streams of passive income, and as you consistently build those streams of income, you can have a fantastic lifestyle without having to work too hard. And this is what
yeah,
everybody wants, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So,
That's true.
Joshua, let me ask you a very a tough question. So, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, have you ever had challenges?
Yeah, of course we have challenges. We have
Okay.
many
You don't have to
challenges.
you don't have to share the nature of your challenge, but just think back on one of your most recent challenge. It could be during the last 2 years in the pandemic. What do you think is the mindset that is
Mm,
most important for an entrepreneur or a business owner to be able to face obstacles and challenges? What do you think is the most important mindset?
yeah. Um, I went through lots of challenges and problems and whatever you want to say, obstacles. Um, yeah, and I've done it on my own as well, and I've gone through it. There's one I found there's one of the only formula, which is ourself. What do you
Okay.
mean by that? Have you ever heard the song by Michael Jackson, "A
Which
Man
one?
in the Mirror"?
Yes.
Yeah, just look at the man in the mirror, and he should change his ways. That's how
Okay.
the song says, right? So
Okay.
whatever problem, whatever obstacles that happen to you, what the way I see it is, we have to, we have to put a mirror in front of us and start thinking, what should I change? What should I, it's not necessarily our fault. Sometimes it's our other people's fault. But that's, I think, the way to be creative. Every time I have a problem and obstacle, I always, sometimes, I ask my friend, I ask myself, like, what did I do wrong? I didn't do wrong, yeah, but I need to change
Yes.
something, right? I need to
Yeah.
change something. So that's the mindset, the basic fundamental mindset that I think everyone, not only businessmen, should have, which
Mm.
is I call it introspection with the A,
Okay.
action. So
Mm.
it not only introspect, but introspect in action. So
Okay.
otherwise people
Introspection.
will just introspect, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What do you think? What's
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
yours?
totally. Okay, I may not totally agree with you, but I can understand what you mean by looking inside,
Yeah,
identifying the
yeah.
issues, and trying to change. But you know what? Sometimes I'm going to use your man in the mirror,
Ah,
example.
yeah,
Sometimes we look in the mirror so often that we look at
yeah.
ourselves so often that we can't tell what's wrong.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. That's why
Yeah,
you
that's
need to
right,
put.
isn't it? So sometimes you need somebody on the outside.
Yes, I
As
agree.
T Half-Acre says, somebody who doesn't live in the same bullshit as us, and I'm sorry for the strong language, but
Yeah,
sometimes we have got a lot of inner voice inside that tell us, give ourselves excuses, and we need somebody
yeah.
from the
That's right.
outside to
Yeah,
tell him, hey, YP, this is all your BS, all the excuses to yourself, you know, and give us a new paradigm to think.
yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why I agree with you. Then, and it's my next statement, which is, when you see a mirror, you sometimes you cannot see the blind spot of yourself. But
that's true.
if you have
Okay.
an accountability partner, which is a
Mm,
coach or a mentor or someone you can talk to,
mm.
they can always be a mirror to you.
Yeah, yeah. And that's
Yeah.
why it's important, I think, especially if you're a business owner out there, one of the challenges or one of the main reason for me in BNI, okay, I mean,
Mm.
I said, more than 10,000 business owners.
Yeah.
One of the biggest reason why business owners struggle is because they try to do everything themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. That's
yeah.
right.
So you're also
That's what.
part of BNI network. You know how important
Yeah.
collaboration is, isn't it?
That's true. It's true.
Yeah.
When I built my business, I tried to do everything by myself, and it doesn't work. So
Mm,
so now what I'm focusing in doing outsource, like what you said,
mm,
doing outsource everything that is not your strength or your core competency,
mm.
and that can be done even better. Do you think so?
So Joshua, with your permission, I'm gonna add a formula. I'm gonna create a formula, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's three things that we need to do. We need to automate some of the processes.
Yeah.
We need to collaborate, like how we're collaborating right now. Work with people with the same
Yeah.
mindset, yeah. And then whatever else we outsource. So we automate, collaborate, and outsource. Hey, this is a magic formula.
Wow, very good, very good. We made a new formula. Is that, yeah.
But I
Automate.
really like the one, your motto. Can you share with people what your motto is?
Oh yeah. My motto is I have two motto, the long one or the
Okay.
short one.
Okay, go with the short one first and then go for the long one.
The short one, yeah. The short one, my motto is live your business, live your life.
Ooh,
So
okay.
live your business, and the BC, the Y has a dot in it, in which you can read it as a business or read as a business.
Okay.
So live
Okay.
your business and live your life. And the
Ooh,
long
I
the
like
long
that.
motto is, so we should be able to have our business on automation,
Mm-hmm.
owners on vacation, and
Woohoo!
money multiplication.
Wow. I love all three. Yeah,
Yeah. That's
yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
people are going to, right? Those three.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
What about your
enjoy.
motto, Mikey?
Yeah. Sorry?
What about your motto?
Oh,
Do you
my,
have
my
one?
motto is very simple, work less and more.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah,
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 yeah. That's my logo, that's my slogan, and that's what I intend to help people do. Okay. Right.
yeah.
And maybe a longer extension of it, which is not my motto, but is what I call my noble cause. So I
Mm.
want to help people to work less, earn more, so that they're
Yeah.
able to spend more quality time with their family, time to
Yes.
chase their passion, and most
Wow.
importantly, have the resources to make the world a better place. So I've been
Mm.
involved in JCI, even before
Ah,
BNI, the
yeah.
JC's movement. Then I'm involved in BNI, and now I'm involved in various, I would say, social entrepreneurship. The
Mm.
old model of non-profit organization is to go and beg people for money. The new
Wow.
model of non-profit organization or service organization is to run businesses,
Yeah.
make themselves, what do you call that? They are not dependent. People make themselves independent and use the
Mm.
money they raise to do good. Yeah, like in the Philippines, I've got Project Starfish. I've got the a mental health, a mental what do you call that? A digital mental health program to help the really suffering people, overcome mental health challenges. Yeah? So all this needs money, and that's where all
Mm.
this social entrepreneurship come, right? So once you're able to work less, earn more, you got more resources, more time, more energy to do things you're passionate and make the world a better place. Okay. So I know it's a very long answer, Joshua. Sorry. Yeah.
Very
I've
good,
taken a
very
bit
good. That's
more.
good. I mean, we don't just doing our life. I mean, live our life just to earn money, right? We
Right.
must do good to everyone. So that's the ultimate purpose, actually. Yeah, I agree
Okay.
with you.
So
Yeah.
we are coming up to the, time really flies, isn't it? This is supposed to be a 30-minute show, and we are coming up to the 30-minute mark. So I've got two final questions to ask you. Okay. So the second last question is, for a company that wants to start doing business growth automation, how do they get started? And do they need a lot of money or big investment?
No, actually, what we start, I can usually give it for free to everyone.
Oh, okay.
We should start with the first step of growth or business and growth automation is to measure your time log. So I call it
Okay.
TILA, which is a time log assessment. So
Okay.
we should measure our time. What do we do in what activities are we doing in the business, and measure
Mm.
it whether we love it. So that's the first one, whether we are passionate in doing it, and secondly, whether it is worth it to be done by us.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there are some other indicators that you can find in the time log assessment, and once you found, like one of my client, when we do that, they spend like 3 hours a day, or even 4 hours, in instructing the team what to do.
Okay.
Imagine. So you keep
Mm.
instructing people. So and he said that if I don't instruct them, then they will not work. So that
Oh,
then you'll find what activities that needs to be automated or needs to be systemized. You need to create the rules for that. The
okay.
policy procedure, and then you going into the next step. So it's pretty easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the starting point doesn't involve a very big investment, right?
No, no.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
you can do it by your own. You can do it now, actually. Otherwise, you can. I can give you the TILA, the time log assessment, for free. It's on my website. Well, currently in Indonesian, but I'm gonna change it into English so everyone
Okay.
can use it
Aha, good, good, good.
for
Good that I got
free.
you on the show. Now you're gonna translate a lot of your Bahasa Indonesia work into English. Fantastic. Thank
Yeah,
you. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so for those
Thanks
of
to
you
you.
who are,
Thanks to YP.
yeah, for those of you who are listening in, this is Joshua's ID, okay, at joshuatan.id. And you can find him on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Oh, he's young fellow on TikTok and also on YouTube, okay. So do reach out to him. This is all his four major platforms, and do engage with him. And yeah, he's a very friendly and helpful guy, and he's more than willing to give you pointers. Okay, so this is how you're gonna contact with him. So the
Mm.
last question I'm gonna ask you is that this is not about business growth automation. This is a general question. Okay, so what advice would you have for companies wanting to thrive or wanting to succeed in the current times of uncertainty? So as an entrepreneur to entrepreneur, sort of like, hi brother, let me give you a tip, type of advice. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Well, the first one is the mindset that we talked about before.
Mm-hmm.
It's the introspection mindset that we
Mm-hmm.
should keep, where every one of us should look back to ourselves instead of blaming other people, or instead of making excuses, or making any defenses, or even attacking other people. So that's one. Whatever you do in the business, that shows us to be humble. Have a humble
Okay.
heart. The
Okay.
second
Good.
one, the second one is to be able to collaborate, like
Okay.
our formula. Yeah, what's our formula again? It's automate,
Automate,
collaborate,
collaborate, and outsource. Yeah.
and outsource.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, the second one is to collaborate. Now at the moment, I'm doing so many collaboration, so we can focus on our core competence, and the weakness that we are not. I mean, the weakness can be covered by other people, so we can be on our strength.
Mm-hmm.
And thirdly, like I said before, it's don't think, well, we need to think big, but don't rely on a big payday, but focus
Okay.
on passive income, not active income anymore, but how to make a passive income, how to make a machine, or how to make a garden that will create you a big cash flow. That's and
Fantastic.
Yeah, in terms of uncertainty, you always have well, probably number four, you need to have someone. That's why you
Okay.
need to have a coach, you have to have a mentor, you have to have an expert that can help you in whatever you're not on strength. That's the essence of outsource, isn't it?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
Okay.
you, YP?
Fantastic.
How about you,
Really, really
YP?
big tips. Okay. Oh, for
Yeah.
me, I say
What
that
do you think?
always have a plan B. if you
That's
if you are
right.
100% certain that something will succeed, that's when you get blindsided. So
Yeah.
I always believe that when you're in business, always have a plan B. Look at what's the worst case scenario, what's the worst thing that can happen, and then be prepared for it with your plan B. And if you don't need plan B, excellent. If you need plan B, it's there. Okay. So don't
Yeah.
leave things to chance, and don't panic in the last minute. So always be prepared. Yeah.
Be
That will
prepared.
be my tip. Okay.
Wow, that's a
So
good tip.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even for me as well, we need to have a plan B and even plan C sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All
You know.
right.
Yeah. Especially
Wow.
when you start up a new business, Joshua, I'm sure you're aware of it. You
Yeah.
what do you call that? You have got a, what do you call that? A business development plan. Yeah.
Mm,
But the
mm.
the timeline or the runway, is, if you plan for 1 year, it could actually be a 2 year runway, because the
Yeah.
things are expected.
Sometimes.
And if you don't have the
Yeah.
financial resources or capacity to last 2 years, whoo, it's
Wow.
gonna be tough.
Yeah. It boom. Mm. You need to be
Mm,
prepared. Yeah.
yeah. So, okay, Joshua, shall we say? Wait. Before we go away, I'll just tell our listeners, our audience. Okay, thank you so much for being with us. I'm sure you really enjoyed this morning, afternoon, or evening session. It's of value to you. And a way of saying thank you to you is, I'm going to give you a book. Okay. So I've actually written a book. 10 proven strategies to work less and more, and it's an Amazon bestseller. But I'm not asking you to go to Amazon and buy the book. Okay, I'm going to give you a version that you can actually download. So go to this website here. Okay,
Wow.
take out your handphone now and take a picture of this link. Go to
Mm.
this link here and download a copy of this Amazon bestseller. And inside there, I've got tips for you to become to work less and earn more, right? So with this, I'm going to wish everybody, good night, okay, and all the best for your morning, afternoon, or evening. Joshua, shall we just wave to everybody? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for this session, and have a nice day, everyone. Thank
Okay. Bye
you.
bye.
Bye bye.